Mohit, thank you very much for being here today. We spoke a year ago.
Yes.
I want to see what has changed since we spoke at last. How is the market? How is NeoLiv? How is the company? Can you give us an update?
Yes, a lot has changed, Gustavo, for positive. First, I'll speak about NeoLiv. So the venture is now a year and a half year old. We have set up offices in Delhi and here in Mumbai. The entire team is in place. And we have now raised the capital so that right now the business is in the process of deploying capital. So we are actually gone from being an early stage organization to being a fully functional real estate company. And we are looking to announce our first few deals in the next few months. So maybe the next time when we meet, we would have deployed the whole capital which we have raised. I think the other interesting thing which has happened is the market has only become stronger. The sales are phenomenal for all the developers. And I think the bull run which we were all expecting in residential sector is now firmly in place.
Right.
And I think the next few years looks quite exciting.
What are the cities that you believe you deploy most of your capital?
So we are looking at, we have set up businesses in Delhi and NCR and Mumbai, and we are targeting to deploy in both the cities. We are in the first phase of our organizational development, only looking at low-rise developments between plotted villas and floors, both in Delhi and NCR and Mumbai.
Every time that the market is performing well, we see some people overdoing some stuff, leveraging too much and making some mistakes. You have a great track record, a long experience. What are you doing to prevent some usual mistakes that happens when a market is doing very well?
The answer was in your question, avoid leveraging. So the first thing when we started NeoLiv was we said we want to raise equity capital because that's the key way to invest in real estate in India. And the second thing which we did was we felt we should have complete control over the entire development. So that's how we created an integrated platform where we both do the fund management, we deploy capital, but also have our own arm which is developing it, having complete end-to-end control from capital to customer. So I think that's the key. People forget in the downside risk in a leverage deal and can go completely wrong. So we have extremely strong financial discipline in terms of leveraging. I think the other thing which people underestimate is the execution challenge. It's easier to sell, but it's much more difficult to build and to manage customers. Unless your organization systems and processes are in place, it will be very dangerous to scale up very fast. And I think for us, given my past experience of scaling up an organization, we are putting the building blocks today in NeoLiv. So we've built the best quality team already in place, way ahead of what we need right now. And the second thing we are significantly investing is in technology. So we are putting the entire SAP, ECRM, and the entire customer app is going to be in place. So the whole organization is going to be fully tech-enabled. And that, when we scale up, will really play a big role. Most people do opposite. They're seeing market opportunities scaling up, maybe people are not in place, processes are not in place, the systems are not in place, and then it gets quite risky.
Things fall apart.
Yeah.
Understand. Makes sense. Now, how are you doing in terms of integrating both platforms? Because I understand that's a very smart move, but there are challenges to integrate the fund part and the development part.
So we were very clear from day one that we don't want to have any conflict of interest and related party transactions between us. So the fund business invests in the land. The 100% ownership of project SPVs is with the fund. Okay. So in a way, if you really ask me in a parlance, the fund is the developer. So the fund owns the projects. The entire profit of the project goes back to the fund. So that's the cleanest way to do this. Our development company is acting as a service provider to the fund in the capacity of a development manager and charging a transparent fee, which we have disclosed to our investors. So that's the one way of resolving conflict. The other important aspect was that we don't want a situation that some deals go to fund and some deals go directly to us. So we took a conscious call that every single investment which we will make in land will be coming through the fund money. And if we want to invest, we will invest through the fund. So that's some of the ways we created a world-class corporate governance structure. And that's why we could raise capital from some of the most prominent families in India in our AI.
Makes sense. I can see you are doing a lot of preparation before scaling, and that makes sense. As you rightly said, people end up growing, and then when they are very big, they don't have processes in place, systems, softwares, people, and that becomes a mess. With everything you are doing, set up the company the right way, taking your time to really making sure you're mastering the next steps. What's the goal here? If you had to, in your best dreams or in a reasonable dreams, in a couple of years, how big do you believe the company can be?
See, our first immediate mission is to list the entity. I think in next 5 years, if everything goes as per plan, we should be able to hit that target. And the longer term goal of the organization is to be amongst the leading players in Indian real estate market and one of the most admired brands by the consumers.
Perfect. Mohit, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gustavo. Pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.